Game Ragers! Game Ragers!
Game Ragers!
Welcome to Game Ragers. Today, we're going to be talking about Hideo Kojima, or as they call him in Japan, Hideo. But in America, his name is spelled video, with an H. So Hideo. That's what I call him. I hate saying Hideo. If I met him, I'd be like, Hideo Kojima.
Yeah, and he'd say it like that, and he'd be like,
That's
are you fucking stupid?
That's what I would say. We have a deep love for Metal Gear. At least I do. And we have many gamer friends who love Metal Gear, such as Perez. And I know that this is a very interesting topic for him and all of his friends. So,
It's an interesting topic for everybody.
that's true. Every gamer.
Yeah.
So Hideo Kojima has had a falling out with Konami.
Their publisher. The publisher.
Yes. Konami is the publisher. Kojima Entertainment, I believe it was, is the
They're
developer.
employees. Yeah. They're the developers for it.
Yes. And Hideo Kojima came up with Metal Gear. And he's the one that's been involved, except for a few spin-offs like Metal Gear Revengeance but now they've had this big falling out and it's a big mess. It's really a mess.
It is.
I don't know why they decided to do this before Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain came out.
Yeah.
But they just decided to do it now. So there must be some sort of power struggles going on between the two. And I'm worried. Oh, I'm worried. Because they're ripping Kojima, the name Kojima, out of everything. Because everything's always said, Kojima Entertainment, Kojima Productions.
Yeah. And
It's said that on all the ads.
Erasing that from anything that has to do with Metal Gear Solid.
Yep.
The new website used to have Kojima Productions and all that at the very bottom of it, and now they've changed it to
Konami.
Digital Entertainment, whatever.
Konami, whatever.
And
now they're just smearing Konami. It's like this power play where it's like, you think you own it? Well, you don't. You don't own nothing. Even though he's the one that made it, and his team is what's made it great, they think that they can just shove him out, which is what's happening.
Yeah, and he said that once their contract ends, because they're essentially contractors now.
They're not even official Konami employees anymore.
Yeah.
They've blocked all their communications. They only have access to select email channels, and there's certain people they're not even allowed to talk to.
Yeah, and
This is so ridiculous.
When their contract ends in December, they're leaving. So my hope is that Hideo just says you know what, guys, let's just make the best game ever, and we'll put a bunch
It's not Metal Gear.
Yeah, well, but I'm assuming, knowing him, he'll put a bunch of Metal Gear stuff in there that's in the previous games, like the guy that shits himself all the time.
Who's there?
Go away! I'm not done yet!
And then when the game comes out, he'll just be standing in front of his studio, and then nobody will buy Metal Gear games anymore. And it'll be fantastic.
But a serious thing that I'm worried about, though, is the future of the Metal Gear franchise, because even though there's been spin-off games, he is still had a stamp of approval on it, and now, I mean, it doesn't even sound like they're gonna do that. It's just gonna be this is our IP, and you need to get out. Get out of here, buddy.
Have there been any other? Because I don't generally follow all that stuff, or I haven't, but I kind of start following
he didn't
developers and all that. But no. Have there been any other franchises where one developer made it and it was amazing, and then a different developer, other than Call of Duty, because a lot of people feel like Treyarch fucked their
Treyarch sucks.
Yeah, but are there any other good games?
Yes.
That are, because I haven't really heard of any like maybe you guys will know if you do. Just write down in the comments or whatever. But I was curious as a game where one developer made it, and then like the publisher was like, we don't want you to make that. We want you to make this, and they gave it to somebody else, and they just trashed the game. And made it terrible.
I know that's happened. I don't know why I can't think of an example right now. I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. If you guys have any examples of that, please, write in the comments and we'll talk about it. Because once you mention it, we'll be like, oh yeah, duh. But there's also been developers who have ruined their own franchises or have taken on another franchise and totally ruined it, like Gearbox did with Aliens: Colonial Marines. I don't know what happened. I
remember you telling me about that. You said it's a terrible game.
Aliens: Colonial Marines was like the worst game. It was so bad. Made by Gearbox, Borderlands. Same developer. They just totally lost the ball on it. So, but the difference is with Konami and Kojima. Kojima's always had solid Metal Gear games. Solid because they're solid. Solid Metal Gear Solids. But I weep for the future of it because he's always put in his weird stuff that he has going on.
That's made,
that's made the game good. Because Metal Gear's always had this fantasy element to it, and it has this very strange vibe.
Hey, what's that? It's running on water.
And I would say that 95% of that is because Kojima is saying, okay, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do this. And even when they made Metal Gear Revengeance, or Metal Gear Rising, or whatever they ended up, I call it Revengeance.
Yeah. That's the one. Is that the?
That's the one with Raiden.
Yeah, and
or Raiden.
Yeah, that's the one that I liked. The combat when you had to do the special thing, you had to cut off like his armor and stuff. You could just move the joystick and the blade like followed the way you were moving it. That was I thought that was cool as shit.
That was not directed by Kojima. He barely had anything to do with that. But he also came in, and they were like, "Look, like." Hi. Hi.
Sensei.
Yeah, exactly. And he was like, yes. And then they'd leave. At least there was that.
Yeah.
And same thing with Metal Gear Acid 1 and 2. For the PSP, Kojima didn't, Kojima Konami, they're like the same thing.
Yeah.
Kojima didn't direct those games either, but his name was all over it. But the developing was an entirely different process. But that was another game that turned out good. But here's the thing though, I'm not worried about Metal Gear 6. I'm sure that that'll be on par with the rest of the franchise. I'm worried about 7 and 8. Down the line, after his influence has kind of faded from the building, I worry that they're going to be like, you know what we're going to do? An exosuit.
What do you mean an exosuit?
Oh,
I'm gonna make it. I want Metal Gear. I want Big Boss and Snake. I want them all to be able to double jump.
Because I'll be the first.
And run on walls.
Exactly.
Doesn't Call of Duty did that?
Doesn't Call of Duty, Titanfall, and Halo, and
but
most of the shooters do that now?
Ours is gonna be different because it's gonna be a Metal Gear one.
Yeah,
They're gonna ruin it.
But I worry about that.
I would be more worried about 7 than anything. Or I'm sorry, 6. More worried about 6.
No, because 6. No, because they're gonna try. They're gonna be like, listen, they're gonna try.
Well, they're gonna do one of two things. They're gonna be like, let's try, or they're gonna be like, let's just fucking show them that we don't need them. That this game is our fucking game, and then they're gonna make this piece of garbage.
That could happen, but here's the thing. I don't think they will. They don't have the.
If it's a power struggle, that'll definitely happen. Because he's gonna try to.
That was balls.
I don't know. I feel like they're just gonna try to show show them up. Be like, oh, look here, Kojima.
But also,
look what we did
and also,
to your game.
It's also not just Metal Gear. It's also the new Silent Hills that was going to star Norman Reedus.
Yeah.
And Guillermo del Toro was somehow involved with it because, you know, Kojima and Guillermo del Toro somehow have become like butt buddies, and they were gonna make Silent Hills together somehow.
Yeah.
And now the future of that is just like, is that project what's the status of that
Who
project?
owns that? Does
Konami.
Konami owns
Yeah,
it?
Silent Hills. So
I was saying,
so
'cause that'd
now
be
it's just
fucking
like
awesome.
because apparently after 5 he's gone. Like
He's leaving the company.
peace out, which I don't really get because his contract with Konami is through December, and it's not even close to
He
December.
probably doesn't want to do anything for him. If
Yeah,
they're
but
treating
it's
him the
but
way
if
he
he's
is,
contracted, he has to.
oh, he'll do something. But I mean,
But no, but
they probably
but that's
all
the thing,
have
though,
enough money to just like bullshit something and be like, "Here you go." Like, what is this?
Flappy Bird
That's-
Metal Gear. That's what that is.
Like, what did you just hand me? Is this a child's like?
Viva Pinata 3.
This is Bejeweled 3.8. Like,
Peggle Jeweled.
it'd be terrible,
So,
and it'll be amazing. 'Cause then
anyway.
they'll just sit there with big smiles on their faces.
Yes. But anyway, we're worried. Your thoughts on Hideo leaving? Let us know. Put them in the comments. And follow our Twitter. It's right here. It's right here. I know in previous videos, I'm trying to leave it up for as long as it takes for you to write it down.
Yeah, because I told him not to put annotations on it. He goes, "Don't worry, I won't."
They're going to be embedded.
Because
You
he's
can't
an
get rid of them.
asshole.
You can't
Because
get rid of it.
you guys do the same exact thing that everybody else does. You click on the little settings button and you turn annotations off.
But there's a difference though, because annotations cover faces and they cover what you're watching.
No,
If
yeah,
I'm
I get
going
that.
like this, and I put Thrip is a douche, he's a big doucher, right there. That's not.
I guess
That's
I
not
can't do anything about
comparing your
that. You know,
vision.
you know what? If you do that, I'm gonna report our video and tell them that you're making fun of me, and it hurts my feelings, and they're gonna make you take that video down.
And I'll
I think.
re-upload
I don't
it.
know.